sorry I had to cut that off, but we're going to pick up right where we left off. I'm here with Storm, and we're going to do our stays. So, Storm, sit. Storm, hey, sit. Good, sit. So as I was saying, you put the stop sign in front of her face, and pair that with the word stay, so that it kind of doubles up and it helps it sink into her head a little bit better. So now I'm going to back up slowly to see how she does with her stays. So Storm, stay, 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 sit, Storm, sit, come on, Storm, come here. Storm, come on. Storm, come here. Come on. Storm, sit. Stay. Good stay. Good girl. Good job. Good job. All right, so that was good. Now, right at the end there, she did lay down, and it's important that you correct that. So if she does anything besides her sit stay before you release her, you need to correct it. You can see that I paused a little bit when I got to her. That's because a lot of times dogs assume that if you're returning to them that they're done and they don't have to do anymore, so they release themselves. But you really want to avoid that so that she learns that she only gets released when you physically release her, not when you walk up to her. That's really important because we use stay and wait, and we use those two differently, and it's really important to be consistent and to only let her change whatever she's doing when you actually release her with a treat and praise. That's because we really need to keep the stay and wait separate in her mind so that she knows the difference. So for stay, that's when we go all the way to Storm and release her directly, and wait is where we release her from a distance. So whether it's a recall where we have her sit, wait, and then we call her to us, or say you're feeding her and she's super excited about the food, you can tell her to sit and wait while you put the food down without her jumping all over you. You can step back and then tell her okay, and she can go forward to the food. So with stay, she knows that she's not supposed to move out of it for any reason whatsoever, because you will come back and release her directly. And then there are the two ways to release her from a distance with wait. So it's again, it's really important just to keep that solid in her head, and so that she understands the difference, to not let her get away with anything like laying down like she did earlier before you release her. So, Storm, come here, come on, good girl. Ready, sit, stay. Alright, since she's really good with her stays, I'm going to try some distractions. So first, just kind of swinging the leash when the dog feels pulling on the collar. A lot of times they think that's you pulling them to you, which is not the case. Stay. Stay. I really like, sit. Sit. Good sit. Good girl. Stay. All right. So I like that she was really watching me as I was going around her. And why I like to go around them is if you're having her sit and stay while you're doing stuff around the house, or if you have to have the door open, stay. And you don't want her running out. Sit. Sit. Good. Sit. Stay. You want to be able to walk back and forth past her if need be, and so that's why this is good practice. So I'm going to try to make a quicker circle around her so that I can release her before she gets up. Stay. Good stay, Storm. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. All right. I want to make sure that you give her lots of praise in addition to her treat so that she knows she did a good job. and that was very good. I like that she was nice and attentive with me, and that she did learn. She got up a couple of times, but each time I was able to get a bit farther around her. Now, she laid down here, but that's perfectly fine because I already released her from her stay. So she can do what she wants after she's been released. So she's reading my mind. Now I'm going to do a down stay with her. Usually, dogs stay better in a down stay because they're more comfortable and it takes more effort to get up out of the stay. So I'm just going to try some of the same things again with her stay. Storm, stay. Stay. Stay.
Good stay. Good girl. Good girl, Storm.
All right, that was good. Now there, I went up to her and came back, or backed up again, and then returned her again. That's just so that I can really show her that I have to physically release her instead of just me being close to her.
So good job, Storm.
All right, so since she's doing so well, I'm going to up the stakes a little bit by adding some distance. So I have this long training leash.
Oh, she's excited by it. Good girl.
Stay. So this is a good 15 or 20 feet. They have these leashes at Petco and PetSmart. Down. Storm, down. 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 Come on. Sit. Down.
Good down.
Stay. Stay. They have these leashes at Petco and PetSmart, and they're very handy for a lot of things, especially for more advanced training. It allows you to go to the beach and to the park, anywhere like that, and you still have the security of her being on leash, yet you can get a lot more distance to do lots of things. So stay. Stay.
Good stay, Storm. Good girl. Good job.
All right, that was fantastic. I got almost all the way to the end of the leash, and she was still doing just fine. So, the distance is very good. She's seems to have the first D of stays nailed, so that's great. Duration, she's pretty good at. I think that it just comes with the more duration that we add to our stays, the more opportunities we have for her to get distracted. And so I think the duration distraction are kind of linked with her, or she gets distracted and wants to get up out of her stay or something like that. So those are the two that we definitely need to work on, but I think because she's doing so well already, we can mostly focus on her distractions and bring more things into the mix. So that's what we'll do next time we do stays, but she's doing a great job. Thanks for working so hard with her at home, and keep it up. This was Rachel and Storm, and we're working on stays.